How to use misdirection for better comedic ideas. Imagine telling a story that seems straightforward but then suddenly takes a surprising turn. That's the power of misdirection in comedy. It's a tool that can turn simple setups into memorable jokes. When you craft a joke using misdirection, you start by setting up an expectation. This could be a familiar situation or a common assumption your audience will easily recognize. For example, you might describe a typical day at work or a common family scene. The key is to make the setup clear enough that the audience anticipates a certain outcome. Then, you deliver a punchline that flips that expectation on its head. Instead of finishing with what they expect, you reveal something unexpected or absurd. This surprise makes people laugh because it challenges their assumptions. To make misdirection work well, use physical gestures or facial expressions to distract from the verbal punchline. For example, a shrug or a surprised look can add to the surprise. You can also build false stories or lead the audience to think one thing will happen, then suddenly change direction. For instance, describe a scenario where someone is worried about a minor issue, but then reveal the real concern is something trivial like a lost sock. Exploiting stereotypes or cliches can also help set up expectations. Then, you can twist them to create humor. For example, talk about a stereotype and then turn it into something completely different. Wordplay and double entendres are also useful. A setup might suggest one meaning, but the punchline reveals another, making the joke clever and unexpected. In building your comedic persona, misdirection encourages you to think beyond obvious punchlines. It pushes you to find layered meanings or surprising connections in everyday situations. When generating ideas, look for ways to twist common experiences or assumptions from your life. For example, if you describe a chaotic family scene, lead the audience to think it's about concern for a child, then reveal it's about something silly like a spilled drink. This flip creates humor by shifting focus and defying emotional expectations. In your writing process, start by identifying cliches or common assumptions related to your topic. Then craft setups that lead the audience toward these assumptions without revealing them outright. Next, design punchlines that reveal a different interpretation or outcome. Practice your delivery to emphasize timing and subtle cues that enhance the surprise. Misdirection is a flexible technique that sharpens your joke writing and makes your act more engaging. It helps you connect with your audience by rewarding them with unexpected humor. When used well, it can turn simple stories into memorable moments that keep people laughing and thinking.